King Chickadee Chanka. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. Transfer rundown of all the latest news to do with Manchester United for the day, my friends. A good little update, good stuff to get into right now. Hope you're all enjoying your Friday, baby. It is Friday. I hope you got that Friday feeling. I certainly don't. Every day's a bloody same to me, just melds into one. But anyway, start of the European Championship tonight. Get in there. We'll be online tonight for the Turkey-Italy game. So if you're around, come and tune in on the channel for the watch-along, my friends. But for now, we better get into the transfer news. So, it looks like, guys, just at this moment in time, that the Jadon Sancho deal is edging closer and closer and closer to being done. We've been talking about this for what seems like an eternity. But it does seem to be edging closer. I mean, there are fresh reports coming out today, just to let you guys know that Jadon Sancho has come out about 2 p.m. today, about an hour ago, and just said in regards to Sancho that Team Sancho think this is a done deal. In Dortmund, it could happen next week. Man United knows the price, 90 million euros plus add-ons, 5 million euros. First offer is 70 million euros from Manchester United. So there is a bit of a gap here in terms of the team and what's being done, but also there is more progression in terms of the actual negotiations, because Fabrizio Romano reporting United are working hard on the Sancho deal, as too long a negotiation is not the best strategy, with Dortmund asking for 95 million. We know what happened last year. We shat the bed with Dortmund at the end of the window, and certainly at the start of the window they want to get the deal wrapped up early, which is understandable, and we didn't do that. So they sort of, I don't know, they just kept playing hardball, where if maybe if we'd have been a bit closer to their negotiation at the start of the window and not taken so long about it, we could have got something done. So I completely agree with this, really. It's just a case of if we're going to get this deal done for Sancho now, it has to be negotiated and agreed very, very soon. You know, shouldn't be another long, drawn-out process all summer long. But anyway, he says all people involved in negotiations are now confident but cautious after what happened a year ago. So after the personal terms have been agreed, now the agent's fees have been agreed too. So this is as per Fabrizio Romano reporting that agent's fees have been agreed to now. So that's not an issue. So Sancho's agent, everybody involved, are happy with the current situation. Sancho's personal terms have been agreed. So as it is, it's a similar sort of situation where we are just a little bit far apart with Dortmund, but it's a negotiation that you know, we have to try and get done quickly. I mean, there's fresh reports here linking us to Bayern Munich's Kingsley Coman. Lots of sources said Manchester United is interested in Kingsley Coman. There are talks with his representatives, but the French winger is just a backup plan for Man United if a transfer of Jadon Sancho fails. Price tag is more than 50 million euros. So we know that Bayern Munich have a good bit of depth in those areas, so maybe they would look to sell a player like that. But realistically, guys, this is just, I think Kingsley Coman would be a pretty good signing, to be fair, and a cheaper option too. But this is just literally a link to try and, I don't know, drum down that Jadon Sancho price with Borussia Dortmund to try and just add just a little bit of pressure. You can see it a mile off, guys. United PR machine pumping this guff out. It's fucking guff. We're not signing Kingsley Coman as a backup. This is just literally just a pawn in the plan to try and, you know, try and decrease the valuation, or just to try and get Dortmund to accept a slightly lower offer a bit earlier, maybe. Just add a bit of fuel to the flame. But it's really, you know, a good revelation anyway today, guys. That's the latest then. So Fjortov had literally come out an hour ago and said that Team Sancho say that it's a done deal, basically, or they think that the deal is done. So Fjortov had any contact with these guys and has obviously surmised that Team Sancho thinks that this is a done deal now. It's a formality. They're just waiting on the two teams to agree the price. But the same could be said for last season. And look what happened. United weren't able to agree that price with Dortmund. And the rest is history, my friend. We didn't get the guy. I mean, this is so funny, isn't it, guys? This transfer pursuit. It's a joke, mate. It's taken well over a year here. We almost had him last season, then we didn't, then we opted for Cavani as a cheaper option. Now we're going back in there, negotiating low. Here's your low ball offer again. Oh my goodness me. Somebody take out my eyeballs and fry them in ginger, because this is unbelievable. I've had enough of this. I just want the deal to be done now, honestly. But it's edging closer, guys. That's the latest on it. Hey, do us a favour, everybody who's in here right now. Thank you for getting in here for the afternoon show. Do us a favour and smash the thumbs up button on the stream. Let's be having you. Where are you? Yes, hit the thumbs up button. Give it a share on social media if you can. That would be awesome of you as well. Let me just give a few shout outs, then we get into back into the news. Rush Mano, Johnny Gallagher, Berber, AJ, Ethan, Charlie, Mad Animal Mikey, Callum McFarlane. R King says, is he really worth it? Saw him play for England, not really super good. Hey, look, every player's entitled to a dodgy game here and there, to be fair. I agree with you from what I saw. I mean, I was asleep during the game, but from when I caught up, hey, look, it's not like he set the world alight, but every player's not going to do that every single game. You are going to have the off game. And plus, you have to remember, he is still developing. So Jadon Sancho is actually still a young lad. He's definitely nowhere near the best years of his playing career. Like, he's still in his early development. So just if you look at the statistics over in the Bundesliga, for somebody to have those sort of stats in terms of goals and assists, come on, he's fucking mintoid, guys. He's young. He's got the potential to be one of the best in the world anyway. Okay, he might not be the ready, finished, polished article right now, but who would be at that age? There's only a few, Ronaldos and Messis of this world. And even they weren't anything compared to what they were 5 years into their 20s. You know what I'm saying? Get in there. So what about Varane, says Ayush Sapkota. We'll get into that in a little bit. Absolutely, Ayush. Travis with those flames. Thank you very much. Thank you, Junior Raven Stark. For subscribing to the channel. Why weren't you already subscribed? Neil Walker, Phil Jones' new contract. I did not know ball boys were needed. Well, if Lee Grant can't sign a new contract, we need somebody to hold up the substitution board, mate, don't we? Hello there, G-Wolf United. How are you doing today, mate? Right, okay, so let's get into it, guys. So Fabrizio Romano saying that the deal, is not the best strategy for too long of a negotiation. By all accounts, guys, and all reports, the deal is edging closer. It seems that United want to get the deal done sooner rather than later. And actually, there's a lot of sources to say that the deal could be wrapped up in the next week. I don't want to get your hopes up on this one, guys. That's not what we do on this channel. But, during the European Championships, I think it would be reasonably unlikely for that to happen. But saying that, it's easy to just let Sancho just pop off for a minute and conduct his business and get the deal done, you know what I mean? Here you go, Southgate. Here's a couple of extras, a couple of quid for some bloody more pizza paper bags you melt. Either way, there's definitely a way that Manchester United can get this deal done during the Euros, I suppose. It's unlikely, but hey. In fact, let's have a vote in the live chat, actually. Peeps, all you legends who are watching right now, have a cheeky little vote in the live chat and let me know your thoughts and opinions. Do you think Sancho's going to sign? There's three options. During the Euros, which in my opinion is very unlikely because who does that? But you just never know. During the Euros, after the Euros, or not at all, guys. Let me know in the live chat. Because the not at all one, in my opinion, is still almost as realistic as the other two. This is United we're talking about here. Hey, we got a £20 super chat from Matty Rushmano. Thank you very, very much, lad. Get in there. He says, Rashford, Cavani, Sancho equals moist. Yes, it's a moistener, isn't it? I agree with you, mate. And then actually, if you think about for the future as well, like potentially Greenwood taking over from Cavani, that sounds like a moistening English front three for both club and country, doesn't it? Oh my goodness me. Rashford on the left, Greenwood up top, Sancho over on the right-hand side for the next 10 years. Sounds good to me. Rashmano, thank you so much for the £20 super chat. Yeah, Cavani, though. I mean, that's the reason why realistically, we're probably not going to get a new striker in this summer, somebody like a Haaland or a Kane or a Ronaldo. It's just not going to happen. Maybe a bloody Danny Ings, but none of the other guys, because we don't really need anybody there. Cavani's perfectly good enough to do it for a season or two. His movement, his tenacity, what he gives the team is awesome. Yes, Rashi, thank you so much. That's funny as. Ezio Odator thinks after says Ayush Sapkota. G-Wolf says before. Mike says after the Euros. Get him first then, says our Kings. After, says Taco Little Bell. Before, says Alan Homeyard. Interesting, guys. Look, I would have an actual mangasm all over the place if Man United could possibly pull this off and get Jadon Sancho in before the European Channel, before England's game in the Euros. Could you just imagine that? It would be mangasm alley. Star-Lord says, could United not announce Sancho by saying deal done pending medical after Euros? Well, you say that. I don't know really, Vincent Bullock. He says, is it BS Pig? Is it BS Pig, like Goldbridge styling? Well, I mean, look, this is all we've got to go on, really. You can make up your own minds. Me, personally, I think that this does seem like the deal is edging closer. Why would we be going back to negotiate with them at this stage if we weren't seriously trying to get the deal done soon? We would just wait until after the Euros, especially what happened with us last summer with them. We're not going to piss off Dortmund and go back and have this long, drawn-out negotiation process like we did last year. I don't see them even tolerating that again because we knew their stance in it last season. They wanted to get him sold early. That didn't happen. They were pretty firm on their price tag. Fair play to them. They stuck to their guns. And they may well do something similar again this year. And if United spurn them again by just going in there again with another offer too low, we understand, the €70 million initial offer was knocked back, about 20 million apart. I doubt they'll go in there too low because if they do, then they're just going to risk, risk destroying the deal with Dortmund to sign Sancho. So, in my opinion, Manchester United, this is just my opinion, in my opinion, Manchester United wouldn't negotiate and you wouldn't be hearing all this stuff. You wouldn't be hearing the agent deal being agreed. You wouldn't be hearing the personal terms being agreed, and also the negotiations, official negotiations here. Well, reports that official negotiations have taken place with an official opening and initial offer. You wouldn't see any of this stuff going on, I don't think, if this wasn't something that was planned for the more recent sort of time. Now, okay, the European Championships are going on. It may well be just after the European Championships that this gets announced. It may be during. It may be today. Who actually knows? But I do think that this obviously seems like we're edging closer to signing them, because why would we be going in for another long, drawn-out negotiation process with Dortmund here if we weren't seriously trying to get them in sooner rather than later? Just because of what happened last year, they're not going to... What are we going to do? Do that again? It's ridiculous. We're not going to do that again, guys. It's going to be an agreement in place soon. It's just that negotiations are going to have to take place quicker from both parties here. Borussia Dortmund are going to have to bend just a little bit, and United are going to have to get closer to that valuation, meet somewhere closer to their £80 million valuation, which in my opinion is around about the right amount of money to pay for somebody who is 20 years of age, who is only getting better, who has incredible statistics. And yes, he might have had one dodgy game for England the other day. That doesn't mean that he's not a great player, guys. There's loads of dodgy performances from plenty of players. It happens all the time. Who remembers, PSG versus Manchester United away at the Parc des Princes earlier on in this season? Manchester United smacking up PSG, and Kylian Mbappe was pocketed by Twanzebe, Wan-Bissaka, all these guys all game long looked like an absolute second-rate melt. And that's Kylian Mbappe, and he's one of the best young players in the world. Nobody can deny. He's one to watch definitely for the Euros this year. He's going to tear it up. So, if he can have a bad game, so can Sancho in his development from a young age. I know that he isn't the ready article. I know that he's still got a lot of improvement to do, but his stats for somebody his age are ridiculously impressive, guys. Ridiculously impressive. Okay, so get your thoughts and opinions in, my friends. Trav says, I just hope he doesn't get distracted and play bad in the Euros. Great shout, actually. Wow. See, that is a good thing. If you were Gareth Southgate, maybe you would be a little bit, aware of that situation. But you know what? Also, at the same time, if I am Gareth Southgate, maybe that's the sort of lift that Jadon Sancho could actually do with right now. He's been wanting that move for the best part of, 18 months now. It's been pretty clear, his team and everybody wants to get the deal done. So the problem is the transfer fees between the two sides. If that was agreed, I think maybe I think Southgate would make allowances for Sancho to maybe sign and get it done during the Euros. That way he gets a little bit of a boost. He's buzzing. I mean, he's got this cloud hanging over his head at the moment. Am I going back to Dortmund? Am I going to Manchester after the Euros? Jadon Sancho doesn't really truly know right now. That can't be the most settling of places to be right now when you've got to consider, what you're going to do in a couple of weeks' time, basically. So if he could get his future wrapped up before they start playing games, maybe he'll play better. Maybe he'll actually play better. Thank you, Rushmano. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, guys, we're on our way to 40,000 subscribers, everyone. Shout out to the Bacon Brigade around the world. All the Bacon Brigadiers out there. Get your favourite Bacon Brigade emoji in there, and that's right. And smash a 40 in the live chat if you're not a Bacon Brigade emoji holder, if you're not a member. Either way, get your celebrations in there. Not yet, though, because we're not quite there. But do us a favour and hit that subscribe button, and we'll be on 40k soon enough. Hit the subscribe, smash the thumbs up on the video, give us a share around. That'd be sweet. Mad Animal Mikey says Sancho wouldn't play bad. He'd be fired up by the move and play well. I'm with you on that one. I think it would give him a boost, a lift, because his future is uncertain right now, and that's never a good time to be playing when you're in doubt of what's going on. So let's get into the latest then. So Sancho update, there we go, lads and lasses. There's some sources to say that United are interested in Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich, talks with representatives, but it's just a backup option, obviously, at the moment if the Sancho deal can't be done. This is just obviously more PR machine stuff from Manchester United to try and get the deal rushed through or sped up a little bit with Dortmund for Sancho. You know, this is just like okay, if you are asking for too much money, if you're not going to come down a little bit and you're not going to play ball with us, then we're just going to go and get your mate Kingsley. So in my opinion, that's not really a true link. That's just probably from the United PR machine to try and get a cheeky little bit of pressure added into the Dortmund deal. There you go. But yes, lots of other reports saying that, from the Sancho camp, very sure that the deal is going to happen, which is fantastic. Sam Pilger reporting here, MUSC increasingly confident Jadon Sancho will soon be their player. Everything agreed, except for a fee with Dortmund. Opening bid rejected, but a new second one should seal it. So, this is reported today, so it does seem like there'll be a new Manchester United offer coming in sooner rather than later, quite possibly today. Who knows, we may well be back on here later on saying that Jadon Sancho is agreed in principle and he's signing. But I doubt it. I think it'll probably be in the next few days, next week, if it's going to happen. Me personally, I know we had that vote earlier. Me personally, I think the next week is a really strong proposition for it. G-Wolf United says Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, White, Shaw equals moist. Ben White, yeah, you're right. It does equal moist, mate. You're right about that because it sounds very, very, I don't know, just a sticky situation to have Maguire and Ben White in there, G-Wolf. What you've been spoken on? Who wants Ben White, guys? Okay, smash a 9 in the live chat if you want Ben White. Smash a hell no or a no in the live chat if you don't want Ben White, mate. Who wants Ben White, guys? Who wants Ben White over somebody like Raphael Varane or even Pau Torres? Ben White? 109 minutes of international football, 1 season in the top flight for picking Brighton. No, thank you. I don't want Ben White. G-Wolf says 9. Everybody else says, hell no. Anyway, Bell6891 with a super chat. Super chat. Thank you, Bell. Is that TGA Fridays? Oh, I do love a TGI Fridays. Bell6991 quality, mate. Who's been watching the Michael Richards and Roy Keane Road to Wembley? That's brilliant, mate. If you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. It's fantastic. I love the fact that literally everybody apart from G-Wolf has said hell no in the live chat. There you go, G-Wolf. Delusions, my friend. Hey, no, each to their own. Ben White's a decent player, don't get me wrong, but he's not the problem. He's not going to solve the problem that United have in the centre-back position, more than likely anyway. He's an English Victor Lindelof, mate. But no, he is a good player, actually. I think he's had a good season for Brighton, and I would be interested in bringing him into the club, but only if we actually signed somebody else better, like a Raphael Varane, like a top world-class centre-back. And also if we got rid of Phil No-Bones Jones or Victor Dwindloff, get rid of these guys, then okay, Ben White, you can come in, son, and be a backup for us. But ultimately, I don't see him being the answer to solve that centre-back problem spot or that we've got right now. I'd rather my big toe than Ben White, says Jonathan Gallagher. Richards and Roy are class. Oh, they really are, aren't they, mate? They're a match made in heaven, mate. They really are. Something about Micah Richards, I don't know, he just gets the best side of Roy Keane out. He gets Roy Keane smiling and joking and laughing, and I never thought I'd see that too much, to be fair, you know? But he's right at Northern, isn't he, Micah Richards? And he's just really loud, and I think Roy Keane just has to, just be like, oh, yeah. It's funny as, but they're just a match made in heaven. Anyway. Okay, here we go then, my friend. So, some more news for you then. It's nothing major, but, just some more murmurs, some more rumblings and rumours, in regards to some other players that are linked to Manchester United and away from Manchester United. So, there's a report today that AC Milan are readying a bid for Manchester United goalkeeper Dean Henderson. I personally think that's a bullshit rumour. But hey, look, I think United's goalkeeper position needs to be sorted out soon in this window. We don't know what's going on with De Gea or Henderson because we've got 2 number ones right now. And what the other number one's not going to want to play second fiddle to the other number one. So, yes, that's going to have to get sorted out. Don't know what's going to happen there. Personally, don't think that that's much legitimacy in that one. United's representatives have now opened talks with Paul Pogba on a new contract, as per Sky anyway. Sky reporting that United have now officially open discussions with Paul Pogba's reps to get a new contract. Now, the thing is with Paul Pogba, guys, great player, on his day, bang average most of the time. I'm not really bothered about signing him up to a new contract, guys, but I'd rather that than see him go on a free transfer, which is probably what will happen, in my opinion, if we don't sign him up to a new deal next summer, because he'll just get a bigger deal. So that's another little bit of a revelation. Obviously, we talked about it a bit yesterday. We covered it yesterday anyway, that was probably going to happen soon, and Sky are reporting that that is the case anyway. Real Madrid would not frown upon the departure of Raphael Varane. He has one more year left on his contract, and he's been offered to renew it, but he's not answered them yet. So still we're waiting out for Raphael Varane. So somebody asked me earlier in the live chat, what's the update with Raphael Varane? I mean, the update with Raphael Varane is Real Madrid are interested in keeping him at the club still. They have offered him a deal on the table, which is an improved contract. This may be a situation, as we've talked about, where they're using Manchester United's name and actually having negotiations with Manchester United just to get a better deal at Real Madrid. We've seen that quite a few times over the last few years, Man United being used as a bargaining chip. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully he truly does want to leave Real Madrid. But look, I don't believe any player's going to sign for Manchester United until they're literally stood there next to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer holding the shirt. And it would be such a coup for Solskjaer if he could sign up Varane, because he is in his peak of his years, 28 years of age. He is a great player, world class. He is going to be a big part of the France setup in this summer and going forward, and has been. You know, he's exactly what we're looking for. So that would be a massive coup for Solskjaer to get him signed up. Real Madrid are probably, in my opinion, still more likely to make it happen to sign him, because they've got a new manager coming there. You know, he could invest in what they're trying to do there for this season. You know, I'll give us another year, says Carlo. Okay then, Carlo, seeing as you're the Don, I'll give you another year. You know, that kind of situation, you just never know. And if Real Madrid improve their contract offer to the point where it's similar to that of Manchester United, then he might just stay at Real Madrid if he's actually happy there. Now, there are reports that say that he wants a new challenge and he would like to play for Manchester United, but you just never know until they're there stood next to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Is he just using our name to get a better deal at Real Madrid? It's quite possible, guys. Okay, so let's have a vote in the live chat. What's your gut instinct in regards to Raphael Varane? So, Raphael Varane, world class, 28 years of age, playing for one of the top clubs. Do you think, gut feeling, Manchester United are going to sign Raphael Varane come the end of the window? Yes or no? In the live chat, lads and lasses. I'm going to give you my gut feeling right now. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. You know why? You know why? Because we're a bunch of bottle merchants in the window, guys, honestly. And yes, okay, it does seem like he would want to go to another big club that can maybe offer him more money than Madrid, because he's currently on only 115k a week, which is very low for a player of his standard. But they'll come back with an improved offer and he may well sign a new contract there. I'd like to think so, guys, but I've just got a feeling United are going to go for a second option in the centre-back position, maybe a slightly cheaper option, maybe something like Pau Torres. Varane, says Shamir Qureshi. Yeah, so I think it's very unlikely that United do all the business that we want them to do this summer, which is obviously get Sancho in, which is get Varane in, get a CDM in, such as Saul or Rice, or, you know, and get right back in Trippier. I'd be very surprised if they do all of that business. Get Varane, says Nishant Dar. Yes, oh hell yeah. Steve at FC says no. Sign Varane, says Dave. Yeah, good shout. Sadly no, says Berber. Mahaste says no. Space in your face says no. That platform has not been provided by the Glazers, says Annie Pro. Bruno signed and hit the ground running ever since, says Kayam. Okay, so yeah, 4 out of 10 chances, Stafford. Well, I'll give you that. I'll probably even put it down to a 3 out of 10 chance now, just because United seem to be working on Jadon Sancho as our priority deal. The longer the time goes on, the less likely it is that United will be able to sign Varane, just because there's probably be other clubs that are interested in him. It gives him longer time to consider a negotiation from Real Madrid to stay. So, in my opinion, that's not going to happen. But at the same time, get in there if it does. What a sign. That's who we should actually get. If the Glazers had any backbone and they wanted to support Ollie and give him what he needs for this season to try and challenge for the title, that's who we should get. Because no disrespect to a player like Pau Torres, but he's not the finished article yet. Yeah, he looked great against us in the Europa League final. He's had a good season by all accounts. He's young. He's a Spain international. It's only getting better for Pau Torres at this moment in time. But he's not in his peak powers at this moment in time, whereas Varane is. So that's the difference. Even if we did get, say, Pau Torres, guess what? Not so sure if Ollie's still been given the tools to be able to win the league. You know, maybe if Pau Torres turns out to be a Ruben Diaz type, younger player in the Prem, but also, experience and years and these sorts of things and stature in the game are important. And a player like Raphael Varane would just give everybody at the club a massive lift that we need. Okay, we've got another Sancho update here. Thank you from Matty Rushmano for sending this over. He says, the noises coming out of Germany suggest it's a matter of when and not if Jadon Sancho becomes a Manchester United player. Final pieces of this jigsaw being added. Hashtag MUFC. Get in there, my son. I hope so. We need to get him in soon anyway. Great update there from Matty Rushmano. Let me just cover the other last little couple of bits and then we'll get back into the main story for anybody who's just joining us right now. But there's just a couple of other little bits of information. So United have made their stance on Jesse Lingard. Apparently they've got a valuation of £30 million on Jesse Lingard. Ollie's talked with Lingard and he would be happy to have him back, but he can't promise him more than a squad role next season. So that's quite an interesting one, really. Jesse Lingard has played himself into contention, I suppose, with maybe, a squad role at Manchester United based on the fact that when he went on loan at West Ham, he was so good. I still think it's not the right fit for him. Himself as a player would flourish getting weekly opportunities at a club like West Ham or similar. And for him, his own betterment of his career, he should look to go and do that rather than stay at Manchester United where he's just going to play a bit part role, not really get that fluidity. I think for a player like Jesse, he needs to be playing regular. He needs to get that fitness up. He needs to also, he's a very physically fit player anyway, but he needs to not necessarily the fitness, but the sharpness, the match fartness. He nees to get that up too because he's always shart in the bed out there. No, he needs to get that match sharpness up to standard because he's farting all over the place out there for Manchester United when he was playing. But for West Ham, he was brilliant. For a lesser club, it's that big fish in a smaller pond scenario. He can have a more impact over there. Going to get selected more often, be more a part of the team. At United, he's just going to play that bit part squad role. And in my opinion, if he wants to better himself and continue to develop or get opportunities, maybe play himself back into the England setup, which he basically did do with his West Ham loan, almost anyway. He's going to have to move on. He's not going to get those same opportunities at United, especially if United do sign a player like Jadon Sancho, even if somebody like Mata leaves the club. Think about it. There's just not enough space there for Jesse Lingard. He's not going to get in the left mid position ahead of Rashford or Martial. He's not going to get in a forward position. He's not going to get in the right wing position ahead of Sancho or Diallo or Greenwood or these guys, in my opinion. So what's he doing? Is he deputising for like Bruno Fernandes? He is quite a handy player to come on. When you need a player to come on late in games and just sort of press the opposition, he's very quick. He's very good at pressing. He's actually a useful squad player to have, but it's up to him whether or not he's happy to stay in that capacity. So I'm going to ask you a question in the live chat, guys, in regards to Jesse Lingard. Keep Jesse Lingard, sell Jesse Lingard in the live chat. Let me know, keep or sell. But also, what was I going to say? Yes, would you be happy with? So would you actually consider having him back at the club? That's the thing. He is a very decent player. He's a young player with a great future, great prospect. Billy Sheeran says 30 million, take it with bells on. Ryan Martin says Lingard's easily worth 40 to 45 million. You know what's funny though, guys, in all seriousness? No, he's not. He's really not. The problem is he's on over £100,000 a week, right? So it's a lot of money to pay for Jesse for another club as well. So his valuation goes down, in my opinion, unless he's prepared to take a pay cut. His valuation goes down because a club is understanding that they're going to have to fork out £5 million a year just on Jesse Lingard's wages. £5 million a year just on Jesse Lingard's wages, okay, which is a significant amount. There's no way we'll get 30 million for him. What we've been smoking on, dude. I don't believe that for 1 second. Maybe you could put him in a make-weight deal for Declan Rice or something and get 30 million off, I suppose. A 70 million valuation or something, give them 40 million plus Jesse. But realistically, that's not... I don't think we could sell Jesse Lingard for £30 million, put it that way. How much do you think Jesse Lingard would go for in this current transfer window? I'm going to say 22 million. 22 million is the price for Jesse, I would say. 20 million for Jesse, says Tensi. Gary Finnegan loves Lingard, but I think it's better for his career for him to move on. Great shout, lad. Anonis 30 says Lingard is amazing, has always been a favourite of the club of mine, but it's his time to get his first game time elsewhere. Yes, and shine properly, not be sat in Bruno's shadow. Absolutely. And was the first part of your sentence serious there, Anonis 30? Amazing. Lingard's amazing and has always been a favourite of the club of mine. You what? Hey, off the pitch, he seems like a great, lad. And good influence in the dressing room, all that good stuff. But on it, he's been quite lackluster for United, let's be real. Over 100 of you legends getting in here. Get your thoughts and opinions in, guys, about Jesse Lingard here. I want to hear from you. Let me know in the live chat. Smash the like, give it a share, get your thoughts in. Nathan Phelps, 18 to 25 mil. Giannis Varaklas, 20 to 25 mil. Sin Games, 21.5. Jonathan Gallagher, about 23. Rushmano, 25 max. There you go. So I think we've all agreed that's too much money. If Manchester United have genuinely put a £30 million price tag on him. So this is a report here. United have made their stance on Lingard. They won't consider bids under £30 million. Ollie has been linked with selling Lingard to West Ham or a different club. It's understood that Solskjaer would be interested in having him back, but can't promise him regular game time. United is expecting a formal bid from West Ham very soon. So, yeah, West Ham, in talks with Manchester United soon. It's understood that Lingard would be a priority signing for David Moyes. The Ginger Goblin, David Moyes, obviously wants Lingard back. I mean, I don't think you could have had more of an impactful loan signing than Jesse Lingard at that moment in time. I don't know what seemed to happen. It all just seemed to click for Jesse and West Ham's team. Whatever Moyes did to give him those assurances out there, or just to allow him play freely or get the best out of him, fair play to Moyes, because he just stuck him in there and he hit the ground running and he just let him fly out there, to be fair. And Jesse Lingard is a good player. I think everybody realised that he's just been, I mean, I wouldn't say he's been shackled by Manchester United. He's actually been given a lot of opportunities by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer over the years. Too many, in my opinion. Loads of opportunities and never done anything. It's just not the right fit for our system, for our team. Maybe it's him not being able to come in and cold off the bench regularly and do it. It has to be playing week in, week out like it was at West Ham. Either way, great option for David Moyes. It's understood he is David Moyes' priority signing for the summer, guys. So, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Jesse Lingard, get your thoughts in. Keep Lingard this season, use him as a part of a deal for Haaland next summer, says Simon Cowie. 20 to 30 million pounds of a 75 equals 45 million saved. Okay, I hear what you're saying, Simon. Yeah, that's if they would want to take him, though. And like I said, Jesse Lingard is on big money. That's the stumbling block for a lot of clubs. Would they be prepared to pay, a good player, but not a great player, 6 figures a week to play for them? Maybe we would, because we pay Phil Jones bloody whatever he wants, buy him a new pink Lamborghini every week. But most clubs, I probably wouldn't want to do that. Rushmano says we've got 63 likes. Nice one, guys. Smash the thumbs up button. Let's get 100 likes on this bad boy. K-Stater, he's been freed and has responsibilities. West Ham needs him, but 20 should get it done. Great shout, my friend. Great shout. Okay, so just a couple of other little things to get into, and then I will go back into the main story. So, Andreas Pereira, club will ask Manchester United to have player next season. Unthinkable for them to buy him outright. So this is a new report. Obviously, he's been on loan at Lazio. I think he wants to stay at Lazio. I respect that because he's not going to get the opportunities at United. And he's probably not good enough, Andreas Pereira, for United. But Lazio have since changed their manager, and he didn't play all that much in the season that's just finished, but they are interested in bringing it back. That is the understanding. But they wouldn't be able to trigger the €27 million fee for him. Essentially, we're going to have to give him away for quite a cheap deal, or another loan deal, maybe a full benefit of a loan deal this time around, guys. So just a little update on Andreas Pereira. Probably not going to be staying at the club much longer. It doesn't make sense. What does he offer us? Nothing. Sorry to say. I mean, he's actually a shit Lingard, if we're being totally honest. I mean, Jesse, at least he's done something. Andreas Pereira, I'm struggling to think of anything he's ever done. At least Jesse Lingard scored in an FA Cup final and done some stuff. Andreas Pereira, what have you done for me lately? Can anybody remember in the live chat? Has Andreas Pereira ever done anything in a United shirt? Just trying to remember. Maybe he did score a goal once for the first team. I don't know. Can't remember. Okay, another big story today. Manchester United, and take this with a pinch of salt, but I hope it's true because this is the guy that I want. But some reports to come out, from some reasonably reputable sources here, actually, that Manchester United are preparing to make an offer for Atletico Madrid's Saul Niguez, which is the player for me. That's the one that I want to get for CDM or for the central midfield role. Absolutely. We want somebody who's coming to their best years. He's 26. He's just won La Liga. Great player, talented player, on the ball, good defensively, pass master. It's exactly what we're looking for. And he's a more experienced player than somebody like a Declan Rice who's still developing, in my opinion. And he's a better player technically, in my opinion, too. Now, he might not be homegrown. He might not be as easily available. We might not be able to use, Jesse Lingard as a make-weight for a deal. But he would be the best signing we could make right now based on players who are realistically available to us in that position. Because Ndidi's not realistically available. Kante's not available. Who else is actually realistically available? There's only a few candidates, really. There's Basuma, there's Rice, there's Saul, and maybe one or two others. But realistically, I think Saul is the best of the bunch because he's the most experienced out of the lot with a 26 years of age. And the fact he's just on the back of a Atletico Madrid La Liga win. So I think that is the no-brainer CDM signing or central midfield signing. What's great about it is Atletico Madrid need to sell him because they're bloody skint, mate. They haven't got two bloody coppers to rub together, mate. Honestly, they have felt the effects of the pandemic and they are skint. And they're going to have to sell some of their players this summer. By all accounts, if you look it up financially, Atletico Madrid right now, they're strapped. So even though they just won La Liga, they may not be able to add much in terms of personnel to their team this year. Also, they may have to look at getting rid of a couple of players too. There is interest from a couple of other clubs for Saul Niguez. Manchester United, of course, very interested. Kieran Trippier is another player at Atletico Madrid that Manchester United are interested in too. So is it likely they'll sell both of those players? I don't know about that. Maybe. But United should definitely be interested in Saul Niguez. So I'm going to say to you guys, who is your CDM signing that's realistic for Solskjaer? Let me know in the live chat. But for me, if that news is true, I'm very, very pleased about it because I think United should be trying to negotiate with Atletico to get Saul Niguez in. He's the man for me, guys. He is the one for me. He has been awesome at Lazio, to be honest, says Janice Varaklas. Nice. Saul is the one, says Star-Lord. I agree with you entirely. Dave Lucas says Saul Niguez, he's another Pogba. If we could get rid of Pogba, he'd be good fit, but we need someone more defensive, in my opinion. He is a defensive, basically what I like is he's got a defensive mind, but he's also a creative playmaker. So he's the best of both worlds in a way. Pogba, I think, is more comfortable out there in attacking advanced roles, where I think Saul is better deeper. Deeper as sitting in front of the back four, basically, or just being that deep-lying playmaker is effectively the role, So, look, in my opinion, that's the perfect signing. I hear you. I mean, look, he's Pogba. What are we going to do? We're going to play Pogba, and what are we going to do with Pogba? Pogba needs to go. He needs to leave. We need to get him sold, guys. Simple as that, really. His time is up, guys. He didn't quite do the business for us. Time is up and you didn't finish. Reminds me of those old arcade racing games. But anyway, his time is up at United, I think. He's had a decent time recently. Overall, the last 5 years, it's been guff. Time to move on. Time to change personnel, get somebody else in, generate some cash for the kitty. We have to get some money in order to get some other transfers in this summer. We're already spending, 80 million on Sancho by the looks of it. The Glazers aren't going to invest overly. They have to get some recuperation. I think Solskjaer's going to have to sell some of these players. Pogba's a big price tag. Pogba in the media recently. Don't know if you saw the quotes from Pogba yesterday when asked about his future in PSG and stuff. Pogba simply said, he's got agents that deal with this stuff and they're the ones who are going to be talking to PSG. Or he didn't exactly say that to quote him verbatim, but around about in that sort of tone. So look, there's obviously a little bit of shithousery going on here behind the scenes. Whether it's Pogba trying to get some links with other clubs to try and force Man United's hand to get us to give him a better contract, or some other sort of situation where they're trying to get a move away. It definitely seems like there's something happening with Paul Pogba at United right now. If they ask for too much money, if United are not able to pay him the money that he wants and they're not able to agree a new contract, which I think they might come in and go, yeah, we want 450k a week and just play really hardball. Because this is Mino Raiola we're talking about here, who's an absolute shithouse agent. And he's always coming out flapping his gums saying negative stuff about United. And if he can make extra money and if he can get more money for himself and his player with a move in a year's time on a free transfer, or ask for an astronomical fee right now and it's a win-win situation either way, I think he will do that. So, yeah, I'd rather see United just sold him this summer, to be fair, rather than give him a new big contract, which in my opinion doesn't really truly deserve. I'd rather see him sold and then us go and sign a player like Saul Niguez. So it's a good point you make. Maybe quite similar players, but I would like, him coming in. Hey there, Football Brownie. Hi, Pig. I'm back in Wales for the Euros, but forgot about my self-isolation. Oh, shit. Football Brownie, how you doing, mate? What do you mean? You got to go in quarantine or something? Marcus Cashford. Pig, have you heard about the signing of Ben Winder? He's having a medical right now, and he played for Macclesfield last season, and he's a really promising youngster. I haven't, to be fair, Marcus Gashford, but that sounds interesting. Or Ben Winder, maybe? Or you just winding me up? Yeah, Star-Lord, he says 130 million release clause for Saul, but they would sell on the cheap. Exactly. They've got to get some cash generated this summer, guys. So don't pay attention to 130 million release clause. United wouldn't go anywhere near that. I think 50 or 60 million pounds, guys, to be fair, would be the figure. Janice Farakles comments, Llorente is great. Think he's better than Saul. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, look, there's a few good options. Marcus Llorente you're talking about, right? Yeah, there's a few good options, but he is ideal. 26 years of age, coming into his own, coming into the best years of his career, on the back of a La Liga win. I've always been impressed whenever I've seen Atletico play and Sal's been in the midfield. Honestly, it's only a handful of games. I don't watch La Liga that often, but certainly, in the Champions League and things like that, stick an occasional Atletico Madrid game, and we've watched a couple on the channel, and he's been good. So I do rate him. I do like what he could offer us. ZX Flame says, get Pogba gone 100%. Absolutely. Yep. I'm with you on that one. Just get the cash in. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to get back into the news, see if there's anything else here that I have not covered here, but pretty sure that's all of the little tidbits that we've got for now. Pogba representatives, Manchester United discussions, Real Madrid offer Varane contract, obviously waiting for a response. United preparing to make an offer for Niguez, that is what's been reported. Andreas Pereira, future looking likely maybe at Lazio. We have AC Milan readying a bid for United goalkeeper Dean Henderson. I find that hard to believe, but you just never know, with obviously Donnarumma leaving and also Henderson and De Gea having to fight out for that number one spot. One of them's going to have to leave. It may be De Gea, but hey, who knows? Depends what Solskjaer wants to do. It depends who Solskjaer rates higher out of Henderson and De Gea. Simon Peach, he says, asked about Luke Shaw as competition for Ben Chilwell. This is funny as, actually, he's just reporting that Jose Mourinho told TalkSport. So when asked about Luke Shaw as competition for Ben Chilwell as England's left back, Jose Mourinho said, I think he had a good season. Clearly an evolution in terms of emotion and professionalism. But I think Chilwell has something more. Hey, look, Chilwell did have a good season too, but guess what, Jose Mourinho? You're just fucking bitter, mate. You're just bitter because Luke Shaw was absolutely shite under you, and you used to stand on the sidelines shouting instructions at him and bloody confuse the poor lad, and then slag him off after games and give him a real tough time, to be fair. And since you've gone, Jose, he's flourished under Solskjaer's management and basically became twice the player that he was under you, son, in a matter of in 2 seasons. So guess what, Mourinho? You shat the bed on managing Luke Shaw. You really did. Think about his man management of Luke Shaw when he was the manager. He was a disgrace, wasn't he? Coming out after games calling Luke Shaw stupid. He literally said after one game, he goes, Luke Shaw's stupid. I have to stand on the sidelines and tell him exactly what to do. Otherwise, he makes a load of mistakes. Who the fuck says stuff like that, guys? Anyway. So I just think it's funny. Jose's got sour grapes about this one, dude. He's definitely pissed off. He's saying, oh yeah, Ben Chilwell's better. Ben Chilwell ain't better, mate. Luke Shaw's better. He's had the better season, blatantly. Chilwell's had a good season, though, don't get me wrong. Of course he has. It's a good option we've got over on that left-hand side. But for me, Luke Shaw's, and I know I'm biased maybe because I'm a United fan, but it's clear who's had the better season. Luke Shaw, especially the second half of the season, was basically the best left-back I've seen ever. No, I'm not even kidding. He was fucking solid as a rock defensively and going forward. Like, how many chances did he create every game? 3 or 4 every single game on a platter. The guy was a machine for us towards the end of the season. He really was. So, I think that's hilarious. Mourinho, what a fucking bitter melt. Oh, I don't care what Paul Pogba says. Yeah, okay. Well, that's because you didn't care what he said when you were probably the manager, let alone when you're not the manager. You know what I mean? So, yeah, to me, Mourinho, very bitter with that one. Happy days. Okay, guys, so this is the big story then. We're going to get into the comment section for a few more minutes. But do us a favour, hit the thumbs up. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes on the stream as well. And if it is your first time, hit the subscribe button. Let me give a shout out to everybody who subscribed. Mavlon Mubarov, thank you very much for subscribing as well. Junior Raven Stark, really appreciate you subscribing. Eddie Benson, mate, get in there. Christian Monteleone as well. Thank you guys for subscribing as well. Anybody else, if you're not subscribed, you can smash that subscribe button, get your thoughts and opinions in. But if you're just joining us, the big news is really surrounding Sancho. Manchester United are working hard on the Sancho deal. Jadon Sancho reporting today that Sancho Team Sancho thinks that it's a done deal now. So the team surrounding Sancho, his agent and Team Sancho think that the deal is done. And Dortmund said that the feeling in Dortmund, this is from Fjortoft, is that the deal could happen next week. United knows the price of 90 million euros plus add-ons of 5 million, and our first offer was 70. So that's reported by Jan-Arne Fjortoft. Today, Fabrizio Romano said Manchester United are working hard on Sancho deal as too long a negotiation is not the best strategy, with Dortmund asking for 95 million euros. All people involved in negotiations now confident, but cautious after what happened a year ago. So yeah, it's on United. Basically, let's just clear this up, guys. So it's on United now to go back with a good offer that's close to the Dortmund's valuation and try and get them to agree to the deal. It's as simple as that. So look, in my opinion, we've gone in with a 70 million euro offer. They want 95 million euros. We've said 70 million, so let's go back with 85 million euro offer then. It's pretty simple, really. 80 million euros plus 5, or, that 5 million bonus that they want to add on, whatever. And then guess what? They might come back and say, nah, we're not quite there. Just add an extra 2.5 mil to the deal and sweeten it and we're all golden. And then we get the handshake on the go and it's done. It's not bloody rocket science, is it? Okay, I get it. This is how negotiations work. United are not going to go in there and say, yeah, okay, you want 95 million euros for him? There you go. There you go, son. Here's 96 million. Here's 96 million. Fuck it, we'll put another million there for fun. People don't do that. So they're obviously having a negotiation to save money. But what we don't want United to do is get into that situation like last season where we're dragging it out the whole summer just to save a few million quid, a la Cavani, a la Telles in particular. Actually, not Cavani because he was a free transfer, but Telles, crikey, that was disgusting the way we went about that deal. Just dragged it out to the final day of the window to get the cheapest possible deal we could, when we could have easily gotten for a couple of million more a lot sooner to have him bed in and settle in for the summer and the pre-season. But no, we didn't do that. Same goes for Sancho. Even that deal was still alive towards the end of the window, so they were fully prepared to have him come in after the season started last season. We couldn't reach the agreements, and we opted for Cavani as a budget option. But he would have come in last minute too. What we don't want is another scenario where that happens, and you see a big top player like Sancho coming in towards the end of the window and not allowed to bed in and settle in. So, in my opinion, though, this is going to get done in a week or two. That's my opinion during the Euros. I'm not one to say definitely things are going to get definitely done, or 90% club, or any of that fucking guff. But what I will say is, I think this is looking good. It's looking likely that United are going to sign him sooner rather than later. And if it's not during the Euros, which is kind of hard to think about happening logistically, but if it's not during the Euros, then I certainly think immediately after the Euros, this deal will be announced. It's just a matter of time. But I actually do think that the transfer negotiation should be taking place right now. Right now. Today. Get it wrapped up. Get the business done. No fannying around. Stop delaying things. Give the fans something to be happy about for the summer. Just get it done. Get it done. Smash a 69 in the line chat if you think United should just get this bloody deal done right now. Nice one. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so get in the live chat then, my friends. Let's hear your thoughts and opinions on it. Numero uno, Cass Clay, how you doing? Extra fruity for the extra long haul. Hello there, how you doing? Hakeem Gaming says, will we win anything next season? Well, yes, I hope so. Look, the point is to sign a player like Jadon Sancho or Raphael Varane or Saul Niguez or any of these players that we've been linked to. Of course, we actually have to sign them first. But if we do sign them, the point of signing those players is to close the gap with the teams above us, to challenge for the title, to challenge in the Champions League, to win a domestic cup. And if we don't do that, then it's another failure of a season, because that's if we spend the money. If we don't spend the money and don't invest and don't give Solskjaer what he needs to do the job, then we can't expect, I don't think, much improvement from last year, because there's still teams above us that have better squads and are still going to fight tooth and nail to strengthen their squads this summer. That's the thing. Everybody is ahead of us anyway in terms of their squads. Man City have a better squad than United. Chelsea arguably have a better squad than United. Liverpool arguably have a better squad than United, right? So arguably there's 3 clubs already that are ahead of us in terms of squad quality. And so United are already having to play catch up a little bit there. So unless we do have a successful transfer window and bring in a good few personnel who will improve the starting 11 immediately and make us a better side over the night, then we probably won't win anything next season. The club has to show ambition. The Glazers have to show ambition. Woodward and co, they've got to get the right deals done early and also allow us to have a good start to the season. This is where a season can be made or broken. You look at last season, I think we really did hurt ourselves with the start we had to the season. We only finished, what was it? I forget now. Was it 14 points off of City? Well, how many of those points were lost in the first few weeks of the season where we just had no pre-season? The players looked completely out on their feet. They had no fitness. We didn't have the squad depth there. We had a couple of injury concerns. It was a shit start to the season, and we can't afford to have another one like that. Billy Sheeran, how you doing, sir? He says, Pig, would you sell Martial? Absolutely, guys. Okay, so get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat now. That's all the latest news, guys. I'll give you the break-in as it happens, obviously, on the channel. Hit that bell icon as well so you get notified when we post and go live. That way you'll keep up to date with what's going on. But yes, mate, Billy Sheeran, let's read your comment out. So Billy Sheeran, he says, would you sell Martial? I've spoken about this a little bit, and in all honesty, I would sell Martial, Billy Sheeran, because he doesn't really give us all that much in terms of a first-team player. You look at somebody like Rashford, he's younger and ahead of him on the left wing. You look at somebody like Greenwood, he's probably ahead of him at number 9, in my opinion, even though he's not really played there and he's only 19. Because Martial's just done naff all at number 9. He's barely put in a consistent run. He's had quite a few games and opportunities to do so. He's looked good at times, but that's not good enough. You've got to be a consistent goal scorer for United if you're going to wear that number 9 shirt. So if you're going to be the number 9, you have to get 20 plus goals for United this season. Ideally 25 plus goals. That's the sort of target we should be looking at. We should be looking at Harry Kane numbers for our striker. Martial probably never going to get that for us. Cavani's there at the moment, who in my opinion is better, who in my opinion gives us more as a team. And probably better just in terms of his overall finishing, his movement and things like that too. Martial is not a natural number 9. He's a wide player in my opinion. And he looked better there for us when he played in a wide position. So I would stick him around at the club in a squad role, but he's not going to want that. He's a bitty big bollocks, isn't he? And rightfully so, he is a good player. He shouldn't want to stay around at United and play second fiddle role to Rashford on the left or something like that. He shouldn't want to. So if I was Tony, I would look to move to get more opportunities. But if I was Solskjaer, I wouldn't really be playing Tony all that much this season because I think Cavani's your man when he's fit anyway. Greenwood's your backup for that position up top. Rashford's your man over on the left when he's fit. And then you've got a backup there in, I guess, Dan James. So Martial's not exactly... Although Martial gives us great depth, as I would say. But if there was a good offer that came in for Tony Martial, £60 million, or if we could use him in a make-weight to get a deal done with... Dortmund or Atletico Madrid or another club for another player that we're interested in, and we could use him as part of the deal to sweeten it, then you bet your sweet ass I would sell Martial, to be fair. And it's nothing against Martial. I think he's a good player. I just think for what he's on, for what he gives us, for his space in the squad being taking up a space in the squad, is he all that worth it? What I like about him is he is a good player. What I like about him is he's on occasion absolutely unplayable. And what I think is maybe you could see a scenario with Solskjaer keeps him and you have a competition for places there where he is fighting with Cavani for that number 9, or he is fighting for Rashford for that left wing position. And that can only be good for the squad, actually. That could only be good for the squad. If you want to have a good deep squad, look at Man City, look at the players they've got in reserve, look at our bench for the Europa League final. It tells you the story, guys. We don't have the quality or the depth there. So if you do want to have a really good squad, capable of challenging on all fronts, in all competitions, you need players like Tony Martial in your squad. It's a popular topic. We talked about this quite a lot recently, but I will ask you one more time in the live chat. Keep or sell Tony Martial. For me, I'm really on the fence about it. I'll say this. If a good offer came in, I would sell him. But if there is no good offer, and when I say good offer, I mean, 50 or 60 million quid for the lad, because he is a top player a lot of the time. But if there is no good offer, I'd absolutely happily keep him. And the only reason I would sell him is to reinvest that money into a position in the team, such as a CDM, such as if you could swap him for Saul Niguez at Atletico Madrid, that would be fantastic, in my opinion. So to help the rest of the team, to better the rest of the team, I wouldn't really be bothered about seeing Tony Martial go, as long as he's generating decent money. Hey, Mike, thank you so much for the $14.99 super chat here, bro. Mike, get in there, you Aussie legend. He says, "G'day, Pig. I think sell Martial. He's a petulant soft marshmallow. Sell Pogba too. I'd like to sell Slabby too to help fund a new centre-back. And CDM and Sancho. but I don't think the top clubs would want him. Struth, Mike, crikey, mate. You think that Martial's a petulant, soft marshmallow of a man? Crikey, mate. Hey, Mike, thank you very much, dude. Yeah, that's a bit harsh, isn't it? A soft, petulant marshmallow of a man. Fair play to you. I love it, Mike. No, look. Petulant, I'd say sometimes. You see his expressions out there on his face when he's playing. Sometimes he lets his head go. Yes, I've always felt that about him too. Sometimes character is important out there. You look at a player like, I don't know, just somebody comes to my head, Grealish. Grealish constantly fighting out there. If something doesn't go his way, doesn't dwell on it, gets on, keeps pressing forward for his team. Martial, on the other hand, if it's not all going his way, he does tend to have a little bit of a strop out there, gets a bit of a face on, has a bit of a moan, a mental inner dialogue to himself. He struggles to keep himself in the zone. You know, you can see that. Cavani's another great example of somebody who just brushes everything off. If he misses a chance, he doesn't let it affect him. He gets on to the next one. Martial, on the other hand, he is a bit of a crumble job like that. Mike, thank you so much for your Aussie super chat there, your Dozzy super chat, mate. Thank you so much for tuning in from down under and being so generous with your Dozzy dollars, mate. What a fucking legend. Burnout the Red says, keep Tony, he's class, fair play. Football fan talks sell, but percentage sell on. Interesting. Annie, bro, I can get Ollie's guidebook on how to puck the bus too. It's cheaper. 4 likes away from 100 likes. You know what to do. Jamie Daddy wants to keep him. Aaron Homeyard wants to keep him. Annie, bro, thinks Martial's better than Rashford. Nah. I'm going to say nah. Because Rashford's, look at his tally this season in terms of goals in the league. I mean, it's not Martial's getting double figures in goals in the league, is it? And he's the striker. So, okay, out there on the wide left position, I've been impressed with Martial at times, 50% of the time. He's basically the left-wing version of Paul Pogba. Like, he is only good about 50% of the time. That's how I'd see it. Rashford, recently, he's not actually been that consistent either, so very similar in terms of their consistencies. I don't think Rashford's looked great week to week either. But overall, I'd say he's slightly more consistent. Let's have a vote in the live chat about that, guys. Who is your favourite out of Tony Martial? Let's say this is for left wing. Forget the striker thing at the moment. Let's just say this is fighting it out for left wing. Who is your preferred player choice right now? Martial is older, he is more experienced, so maybe it's Martial. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the live chat. I'd love to hear. Me personally, though, I do think Rashford is better. I think Rashford is younger, and therefore he has more potential, therefore he's better. Because he's younger, guys, and that is a factor. Tony Martial's not young anymore. How old's Tony Martial? 25, 26? He's, come on, mate. He should have done a little bit more by now. Tony Martial, age 25, right, okay. He's 26 in December, right? So I don't know why that's relevant. It's like half the year away. He's 25. He's 25 and a half, right? He should be absolutely mint now. He should be doing it week in, week out, but he's not. Whereas Rashford's 23, he's a bit younger, he's still developing, Anyway, Mad Animal Mikey, how you doing with a £2 super chat here? Thank you so much. He says, Martial is not the player we hoped he'd be. Cash in. I'm sort of with you, bro. I'm sort of with you. Eddie O2 says, Martial is technically better than Rashford for sure, Piggo, but they are different players as Rashford is faster. Yes, and Rashford's more of a match winner, in my opinion. Rashford's more likely to just bang that goal out of the blue. Martial, I think, yeah, technically, if you're talking about who's got more skin on the ball, I do think Martial's got more skin on the ball. Like, he is, his control, his dribbling, his ability to take a man on is brilliant. But all the more reason why he's wasted at number 9, I think. Stick him out on the left wing there, have him challenge for places with Rashford's probably your best bet if he's going to stay. But, hey, yeah, just because he's, like you say, just because he's technically better, maybe, just because he's got a better touch or better dribbling or whatever you would say, it's not to say Rashford's dribbling is not fantastic either. Rashford can beat a man. But also, Rashford's got some other qualities to him, such as character. I think Rashford keeps going more. He's more likely to pop up in the dying embers of the game and bag a goal in for you. Whereas I think Tony gets defeated out there on the pitch. So to me, it's not all about skills. And, if that was the case, we'd still have Ravel Morrison at the club. It's not all about the skills or the, sometimes it is about the character, the leadership, the ability to brush things off, to carry on, to soldier on, to keep calm and carry on and all that guff. And I think that is something that he provides us more so than Tony. But, actually Rashford's form over this season has been hit or miss. So, you know, they're both very, in all honesty, they've both been ridiculously consistent this year. Inconsistent, I should say. Ridiculously inconsistent this year, both of them. Simon says Rashford equals PR7. Trashford says Annie Bro. Okay, nice one, Eddie. Thank you so much. Get in. Haunted Radio. Message retracted. Ooh. Eddie O2, yeah, I hear that. More urgency from Rashi. That does help him. Yes, and one thing I said about Rashford a lot of times this season, we've been watching games, and he's been having a stinker of a game, and I've said, oh, Solskjaer should maybe look at getting him off. But actually, no, sorry, that's not true. I haven't said that. Maybe a couple of times. Most people in the live chat said, get Rashford off. And then he's popped up and scored the match winner. Like, that's happened a few times this season. So just give him a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. He's still younger as well. 25 is like a full-on grown man. You should be in your peak of your footballing careers by then, or certainly by 26, 27. You know, you get into your best years. That's why Martial's inconsistency is less forgivable, I think, than Marcus Rashford's inconsistencies. Hey, thank you very much for the super chat. Extra fruity for the extra long haul. With the $5 super chat. Thank you, mate. He says, how do I be a football agent and be a millionaire on contract deals? Okay, so here's how you do it, extra fruity, right? You basically you gotta go and get plastic surgery, right, to make yourself look like a fucking cockroach. Then you've got to go and live down there under a rock with a bunch of insects and spiders for the next year to get that real level of gritty scumbaggery. And then maybe you can go and join Mino Riola's school of absolute sweaty agent melts and possibly worm your way into being a football agent, my son. But unless you're prepared to really get that down and dirty and live with the crustaceans and the insects, then I'm afraid I don't think football agency's for you, bro. With the rats, says Sin Games, exactly. Unless you're prepared to be a real piece of shit and take all the money out of the game and basically just use players' names and reputations for your own personal gain and not really truly care about the player's future or what's best for them just from a financial monetary point of view, then maybe you should be a football agent, sir. Canton R7, how you doing? He says, afternoon, everyone. Hope you're well. You too. Verratti's injury prone. Yeah, I do like him. He's a good player, but yeah. McTominay's very good, actually. Every professional's nightmare. Big, strong, technical, and Scottish. I Finley help him. Give me a cheeky little deep fried battered Masbar and watch him do the rest. No, Finley, actually, I do think McTominay's a good player, but he's just a squad player for me, sir. He's just a squad player. He himself isn't a whippersnapper anymore. Look, if he was 21, I'd be defending him more so. But he's not. How old is Scotty now? He's got to be mid-20s now, right? Is he 24, 25? Let's have a look. He might even be older than that now, actually. Scott McTominay, he is 24. Okay, actually, I thought he was a little bit older. I thought he was 25. Actually, that's not bad. He's still young. He still can develop quite a bit. I like his character. This is what's important. It's not all about who's got the biggest bollocks. Sometimes it's about how you can fucking use them. What? Anyway, yeah. It's about fight and desire and also like leadership out there and also just like motivation, character, drive, ambition, desire. All of these words are, I think, something that Scott McTominay possesses in droves. So I do think that he's a very good character for the team, which is why I would never want to see him sold or anything. I think he's a good player, even just to have around the squad. And at 24 years of age, actually, his best years are way ahead of him. He's still got a lot more development to do, especially for a central midfielder. Like, yeah, you could see him. You actually could see him for club and country being a big player in the future. I could see it anyway. So maybe right now, he's not what we want him to be. I think the last 2 seasons, if I'm being totally honest, I'd give him a D for the season before last. I'd give him a C rating for this season just gone. Pretty lackluster, really. Hasn't really done a whole lot. Bit better this year. Got himself 7 league goals, I think. Pretty damn good, actually. But just not really top draw. Is he ever going to be that top draw player? I don't think so, but he's a good squad player and I'm happy to have him at the club. That's the point. Same with Fred, guys. People slag Fred off. Fred's not good enough. He's not a starter. He's not a Kante. He's not a top quality. He's not a Makaleli. He's not a top quality player, guys. He's a squad player, man. But he's a decent squad player and somebody that we should respect and be happy to have around as a squad player. Ice Queen Gaming! How you doing, Ice Queen Gaming? It's great to see you. How are you? Hey, Ice Queen. Matthew Eramasole Basuma to the DM. Great shout, mate. Love Basuma there. What a great talent. Young, 22. Great young talent, mate. Easily obtainable. Plays for Brighton. What would you have to pay for him? 30 to 40 million. It's easily obtainable. Get in there. Get in my belly. Get in my belly, Bissouma. I ate a Bissouma. Giannis, he's injured, mate. He'd be out for 12 to 40 matches. The fact he's even gone to the Euros is disgraceful, in my opinion, says Cantona. Finley Halpin says, look at player interviews. Everyone thinks he's the hardest player to play against. This is why Mourinho likes him and Ole, and I don't even like him. Fair play. Fred is a bench player, says Berber. Yeah, he's a squad player, you know. He's not somebody that should be playing in your big games against Chelsea and Liverpool and City or in the Champions League. He should be playing against, you know, Brighton. He should be playing in those games. When you need him, you need to rotate the squad a little bit because you've got a midweek game in the Champions League. You know, he should be playing against the lesser teams in the Champions League, in the FA Cup. That you do need a squad to be able to battle on all fronts. But I agree, Berber. Fred is a bit of a bench player. Yeah, we should just call him Frenchie, actually. What is Fred as a midfielder? That's the issue. Well, he's a jack of all trades, master of none. That's the fairest way to describe Fred. Great at nothing, but good at everything. I think that's fair to say. Decent defensively, good in the tackle, good into, you know, judging, getting the ball back, winning the ball back, interceptions, all that. But he's not great passer. He's okay. He's not a great goal scorer. In fact, he's really quite bad. In fact, has Fred ever scored? I know he has. He scored once, didn't he? He scored once a few weeks ago because I went fucking mad. Freddie Dino, says Ryan Martin. Mourinho liked Fellaini, Finley, says Annie Bro. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Puja Jaswal Kalia says, buy Sancho, Varane, Tielemans, Saul, Coman, Saul, Martial, Pogba, Mata, Matic. Dude, if only it's that simple, man. I'm going to pin that message at the top, Puja, mate. Because I feel like it is that simple, bro. Get about 100 million generated by selling Martial and Pogba, and then just buy Sancho, Varane, Tielemans. Well, okay, maybe not Tielemans. I'd love Tielemans, by the way. I think he's a great player, but he's going to be too much money, isn't he? How much would Tielemans cost from Leicester, guys? He cost a shitload. Kessie be great, a full man. Yes, Kessie would be a great shout, wouldn't he? Sorry, who said that? Kessie be great. Albrock, yes, Kessie's a great, a full man compared to Mini Fred. Absolutely, Kessie's very, very potent. Beast produced by CM. He says, Beast produced by CM. We need a good CDM right wing and send it back ASAP. Definitely. Varane, Sancho, and Saul Niguez. Get it done. Trav, thank you so much, Travis, for the £2 super sticker there, dude. He says, hey, you. Hey, thank you, mate. I appreciate you, dude. Really nice of you. Actually, wait a sec. Let's recreate this properly. Hey, you. Anyway. Travis, mate, thank you very much for that super sticker there. I appreciate it, dude. Sadek Rahman says, Fred and Scott are box-to-box players, but I feel Fred is better than Scott. Scott's lack of ability to pass the ball. They're different players, aren't they? Fred is a smaller player. He's more like, I like to call him the Brazilian Gattuso, except that he's nowhere near as good as Gattuso. You know, like he's slightly bulldogish in the centre of the mid there. He's smaller. He's going to win the ball back for. He's going to be a little terrier, basically. A terrier nipping at the heels of the opposition. That's how I see Fred. Whereas McTominay's more of your gallivanting. You know, he's like your pedigree horse or whatever. You know, he's got the range, he's got the height and the legs, and he's box to box. He can get you goals as well, Scotty McTominay. He's useful in set pieces, he's got the height. Totally different players, but out of the two of them, I mean, if I was choosing somebody for that central defensive role to be in front of the back four, it would be Fred. There's no argument for me that he would do a better job defending in front of the back four than McTominay. But everything else, I'd probably say McTominay's better at, whether it's going forward, getting himself goals, even passing to it, I'd say passing they're very similar, but yeah. ZX Frame sources say that Jadon Sancho remaining respectful to Borussia Dortmund is pushing for a switch to Man United. Absolutely. Thank you very much. I'll do the news, yeah? I'm just kidding, right. Okay, here we go. Yes, that is the latest, though. Matty Rushman has just sent me that exact message. Thank you very much. Sources say that Jadon Sancho, while remaining respectful to Borussia Dortmund, is pushing for a switch to Manchester United. So, yes, all the latest to do with Sancho there, guys. He wants the move. We want the move. We just need to agree terms with the club. and then we'll be golden, my friends. We'll be golden. Hey, we got 116 likes on the stream. Thank you, guys, everyone who's hit the like button. Janice, Kessie's the best defensive midfielder in Serie A. We should be looking at him, I agree. Thank you, OP Dragon. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Rushmano, for the Sancho update. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Annie, bro, I fear the PE teacher is building the team around McTominay. I don't think so, Annie, bro. I disagree with you. I think he's looking at bringing a new central midfielder in this summer, whether it be Declan Rice or somebody. I do think he will look to bring in somebody. But, hey, look, I suppose we'll find out, won't we? If he doesn't bring in a central midfielder, then maybe he will be looking at doing that. Berbatov scored every other game and won the Golden Boot. Marcio can't lace his boots. Big time, mate. Berbatov got 26 goals for United in the league one year. That's nearly 30. I don't want to be Michael Owen about the situation, but 26 is nearly 30, guys. You know what I mean? Berbatov was the man for United. He really was. He's so underrated, dude. One of the most underrated. I watched a little thing about Berbatov the other day where he was talking with some guy about his homoerotic experiences. No, where he was talking about his best goals. And you remember that goal that he scored against Blackburn, where he set it up from like deep in our own half. Set it up from deep in our own half and then just like wafted in. Nani's over there on the right hand side. And he just sort of peels it back. Berber hangs out in that space, puts it in. What a beautiful goal, guys. I mean, that sums up Berber, if you ask me. Just the creative spark, the elegance, the intelligence, just to hang back in that pocket of space. Berber was the man. Yes, says Jonathan Gallagher. Matthew Aramis, how much do we have for transfers this season? I think that decides who we're doing. I think the rumour at the start of the season, or some of the reports, obviously, from people inside the club are saying around about 150 million. But, hey, look, we might have to spend and get others sold in order to get all the deals done that we want. So you may see Pogba, Martial, or one of the goalkeepers possibly sold. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Simon Lee. That's very sad news there. That's shocking. Lots of sad news. I saw, I didn't know the guy personally, but I did see there's some 17-year-old United fan YouTuber, I believe, who passed away from a heart problem today or yesterday or soon. So I think we should just get some love hearts in the live chat for that lad. What's his name again, guys? Sorry. I didn't have any interaction with the guy before, but yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that, guys. I mean, there's no age. That's no age, dude. So yeah, enjoy it while you can, my friends. Make the most of it while we can. We only get one chance, don't we? You never know when it's gone. I don't want to get all too deep and philosophical on this program, but hey, it's true, man. When you hear about, 17-year-old YouTubers having heart attacks or having heart problems. Kipster, that's the one, Billy Sheeran. Thank you. Let's get some love hearts in there for Kipster, man. Rip Alex Kibster, absolute legend, says ZX Flames. Absolutely. Alex Kibster. Absolutely, guys. Let's get some love hearts in there. I'm sad that I didn't know of him until this happened, but yeah, he's a warrior, says ZX Flames. Oh, guys. Pogba update, says Matty Rushmano. Thank you, Matty Rush. Let's have a look at this quickly. Pogba. Manchester United have begun initial discussions with Pogba over a new contract. Fantastic. Laurie Whitwell announcing that earlier. Absolutely. As I said, Sky Sports reporting it too, that Paul Pogba negotiations are underway between United and Paul Pogba. So we'll bring you the latest on that, guys, whether Paul Pogba signs on the dotted line with a new deal or whether we look to give him a transfer away from the club. Simon Cowling, Ollie's team is being built around both Pogba and Fernandes. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm not so sure about the Pogba one. It depends on this season whether he's still here or not. If he is, then yeah, I'd say you're probably right, Simon. If Solskjaer's desperate to keep Pogba to the point where they will pay him more money than he's on now, which I think is preposterous to pay him more than he's on now for his input. But if he is prepared to pay him more and give him a new contract that he wants, then that's the indication right there that Solskjaer wants to build the team around him. So we'll see, Simon. I think you might be right. Taken too early, says Sin Games. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Cass Play. Pig, do you know Nelly? Sorry, what's that? Nelly Nelson was fighting in Prague last night. Did you mean to say Prague? I don't know. No relation to Willie. No, I don't actually, mate. Finley, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, Rushmano. Yeah, absolutely, everybody. Please do us a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe like Matty Rushmano says. I'm basically going to leave the video there. Hey, Ragathendra GN. Bro, what's up? How you doing? Wake me up when Sancho signs. I will do, mate. Wake me up when Jadon Sancho signs. I like it. Eddie Oti says, cheers for the update, Piggo. Catch you mods later. Everyone else, take care too. Keep liking and supporting. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that's going to be the end of the news video then. There's all the latest updates, guys. We'll bring you the rest as it happens. If there is some solid movement on the Jadon Sancho situation, like if he's going to meet United's representatives, or we're going to conduct a medical during his time away with the England squad, or anything like that. If we're going to sign him, I will keep you up to date on the channel, so don't you worry about that. Make sure you've got the subscribe button hit. Make sure you click that bell icon to get a notification when we post. Thank you, Burba, says great show. Thank you so much, Rush Mano, says great show. Thank you so much, dude. Wake me up when it's all over, says Finley. Yes, great update again. Euros watch along later. Absolutely, ZX Flames. We'll be on here about, 15, 20 minutes before the game, just to watch the Turkey-Italy opener of Euro 2020, guys. So if you're around, please do get in for the watch along later. Have a good one, Matthew, Era Masele, Ragathandra GN, Jonathan Gallagher, Simon Cowie, Primot, you legend as well. Take it easy. Al Brock, Annie Bro, Ryan Martin, Billy Sheeran, Bell 691. Glad you like it, Billy. Yeah, I'm going to try and bring it back every day around about, 3 p.m.-ish, guys. Thank you, Bell 691. Alejandro Sabang, extra fruity for the extra long haul, says, please don't go. Please don't go. I've got to go, mate. Simon, Mad Animal Mikey, Annie, MUSC fan, Rush Mono, Travis, all absolute legends. Thank you so much, Travis. See you later too. You have a good day as well, mate. And everyone who's got in here, thank you for tuning in for the news. That's going to be it. Take it easy. This is The Pig. I'll be back in your lives tomorrow. Not tomorrow, sorry, tonight with the watch along. And if there is any big news, I'm not going to get on here and talk about, the Sancho deal getting a little bit closer. But if there's a legit another offer from Manchester United or whatnot, we'll bring in the latest on the channel. So keep a lookout, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is The Pig. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Like, subscribe, comment. Check out the social medias. You can follow us. See it in the bottom right-hand corner of this box here. Flying Pig United on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The website is flyingpigunited.com as well for your daily Manchester United news. New article up there today. There's regular articles on there almost every day. So check out the website, flyingpigunited.com. I will see you a bit later on, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and peace. Win the seagulls. Follow the troller. This is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.